Hey guys, I am going to dig into the meat and bones of any sort of health and fitness plan, right? Which is nutrition, meal planning. I don't know about you, but for me, this can be super daunting, and I've tried to simplify it for us, and I'm sharing what works for me in my 12-hour shifts. Now, in this group, you have a couple of resources, okay? In the files section, you're going to find meal plans. It'll have week 1, 2, and 3 winter meal plan and summer meal plan because some of us, our tastes change. They're similar in how they're made up, but I have some fresher options for the summer just based on things that are available where I live in Chicago. But if you are in a part of the country that has great fruits and vegetables all year long, you might want to look at the summer meal plan and pick from there. So this is what the 21-day fix meal plan looks like that I put up. As you can see, it has all of the little containers here. It has meal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is based off of the lowest calorie bracket, okay? Now, some of you may be like, wait a second, calorie bracket, how do I figure that out? What's going on? Okay, so here is how you're gonna figure out your calorie level, where you're at for this 21-day fix system. It is really simple. You're gonna take your current weight times 11, and then you're going to take your baseline times 400, which is the, or plus 400, which is the 21-day fix calorie burn. But this will work for any program, okay? And then your caloric need minus your 750. I hope you guys can see that and it's not too crazy for you. If you have issues with this, message me and I can put your numbers in super quick and let you know where you stand. So then once you've done that, the fix bracket tells you exactly where you land. This is like your first bracket, second bracket, third bracket, and it tells you how many of each container you need. If you're in the first bracket, you need 3 greens, 2 purples, which are fruit, 4 reds, which are protein, 2 yellows, which are carbs, 1 blue, 1 orange, and 2 teaspoons, okay? So that is the basis for the nutrition plan, the 21-day fix nutrition plan that I share. These are all recipes that I've pulled together. They work for my family, they work for me. I encourage you to look at your week ahead of time and see what works for prepping for you. Like I said, I'm sharing what works for me. If you are working 4 shifts a week, coming up with a different breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day may not fit your lifestyle. This may make too much food for you if you are a single person. So you may need to adjust it a little bit and make it fit your needs. Or maybe prep a couple dinners a week, portion them out and freeze them, and then you can eat those dinners for lunches the next week and vice versa, okay? If you have issues with that, please make sure you reach out to me because meal planning is one of those things that I love to do, but I want you to be successful at it the way that you need it to be, okay? The other thing that I've included in your in the files section is something that I'm calling my top 10 easy meals. This I developed for my 12-hour survival guide, and I'm sharing it here because it was so stinking successful. You will notice that this is not 21-day fix based. However, a lot of the recipes in it come from 21-day fix, and I can easily help you figure that part out. I developed this specifically for those of us working a lot of days together. And the whole basis behind it, and if you print it off, you'll see it too, is that I'm asking you to make 2 full meals on your day off. And how are we going to do that? In a super simple way. You are going to make 1 crock pot meal and one pan meal. So in this meal plan, I have things that you just can throw in the crock pot first thing in the morning, and then a fresher meal that you can make in the evening, and then portion out into containers for lunches and dinners for subsequent days, okay? Again, this is what I found worked really well in my 12-hour survival guide group. It's very simple. It's not breakfast, lunch, and dinner, although there are breakfast options in here and lunch options and the dinner options. It's not as detailed as this 21-day fix one is. So if you get overwhelmed by this, rest assured there is another option for you. The last thing I wanted to clue you guys into is a resource that Beachbody offers you on the Beachbody blog. They have meal plans literally for everything. Every single program they have a meal plan on there for. Every single calorie bracket from 21 Day Fix. It has your grocery list. It has recipes. It has breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I have found that I've done them several times, and I love the variety that it gives me. Because I tend to be a person that makes the same thing over and over and over again. Like, we eat chili way more than what normal people should eat chili because it's easy and I don't have to think about it. But if you're someone that wants something a little bit different, or you're not finding what you need in here, or maybe you've been in the groups for a while and you want something a little bit different, I encourage you to go to the Beachbody blog and click on nutrition, and they will have meal plans, complete meal plans for you. I don't want the nutrition part to overwhelm you either, okay? So some super simple tips for you so that you're not feeling like you're spending half a day meal prepping, because I can assure you that is not what I do, okay? Some super simple tips. Number one, don't forget frozen fruit and vegetables, okay? If you need to up your green containers, or you know you're not getting a good amount of vegetables in your day, I will assure you that no one got fat by eating too many vegetables a day, okay? So I want to encourage you to check out your freezer section at your local grocery store. They have organic stuff if you're into that, or just regular stuff if you're into that. I find it is super simple for me, if I am in a pinch, to take a bag of frozen green beans, throw them in a container for work. I put on like a little teaspoon of coconut oil, and I can pop it in the microwave as I'm eating my lunch. It takes zero effort and no work for me to do that. I also use frozen fruit in things like yogurt and smoothies. Very, very easy, and it gets me those flavors, especially fresh flavors that I like in winter months, which it happens to be right now in Chicago, where I can basically only get apples and sometimes bananas that really taste good. So don't forget those things, and keep it simple. Do not make this harder on yourself than it has to be. If you can find an easy no-cook meal plan and you are not a cook, stick with it, adopt it, love it, and do it, okay? The biggest thing is just setting yourself up for success. I find that the more that I prep where I am feeling like I have to do individual containers, breakfast, lunch, dinner, all of that, that doesn't work for me. I get overwhelmed and I feel like I spend an entire day cooking. However, I like to have a plan for especially my dinners every week, and then I generally eat the same breakfast, lunch, and snacks all week long. That's just what works for me because I don't have to think about it all that much. So that is my tips for meal prepping. If you have any questions, make sure to ask me. Post a comment below or send me a private message and we will get you figured out, especially if you're having trouble figuring out your weight and where you fall on the 21 Day Fix container system. So I will talk to you later. Happy prepping!